Hello, Magroomic chat. So today we're going to talk about red iguana, and it's like I made a care guide about them. Let's like this background wall. You might see like some not red iguanas, but like they're all iguanas, and like they belong in the iguana family, and they look extremely cool. And this wasn't the best design, but like at least like I think it's like okay, but like okay, yep. So what we're going to talk about today is like in 6 aspects, like the or 5 introduction, their enclosure setup, the requirements, what they need, what they have to eat, and like their daily diets, some of their health and well-being, which we'll be focusing on a bit, as like they're like some larger reptiles, they live very long, so like sometimes having a pet is a must. So like we'll teach you what should you do, and like something you can do like instead of taking it to the vet, like giving it more exercise and things like that. So like the last thing we're going to talk about is about the bonding activities, what we can do to like bond with the iguana. Okay, yep. So the first thing, introductions on iguanas. Some brief information. They're known as the iguana in Latin. So like if you're in somewhere else, which like the people don't know what's the iguana, you can say like, oh, Latin is iguana. They might be even more confused, or they know what's Latin. So like, but like normally iguana is good, I think. They can grow up to 2 meters long, so like it's taller than me, a lot, like taller than me, so much, and like let me think. 2 meters is like a whole door, yeah, whole door. So like prepare more space when it grows up. And like they originally come from Africa and also Costa Rica, which is like some more hot place, like it's not too cold, and like some are dry, some live in dry places, and some live in like more wet ones. So like I think I suggest you to add a bit more moisture and humidity, which we'll be talking about it later very soon. Okay, so like they can live 12 to 15 years in the wild, while living over 20 years if it was taken well. So like it's not the longest species surviving, but like they still have a pretty decent lifespan, almost like 1/5 of your life. So like remember to have that commitment. So yeah, they're known for their reddish color on their whole body, like they're red iguanas, so like they're red. Okay, yep. So these are some brief information of like them, and like now we're just going to do a small test and see if you're listening or like have the common sense. We're going to give you 3 images of iguanas, so like you go identify if they're like red iguanas. This one, is it a red iguana? Okay, I'm giving you 5 seconds. Okay, yep, it is a red iguana. And this one, is it a red iguana? Yes, it is, but like it's a bit green in the tummy, but like I would still say it's a red iguana. Maybe it's a hybrid, but like probably a red iguana. And last, is this a red iguana? Unless, yes, it's a, okay, yep, it's not a red iguana, but like make sure like just unless you have some eye disease or something, but like probably you tell like it's a green iguana pretty obviously. But like yeah, so like a small test. So like congratulations, you've passed, and let's go on to the next slide. Red iguana, how hard is it keeping them? Is it beginner friendly? From like the research I've done and like a lot of experts I asked, like I think they're pretty challenging, but like maybe not a 9, maybe 8 or 9. So like it's pretty challenging. I don't recommend you to keep this as your first pet, as it requires a lot of time and like room and also money and stuff like that for you to keep a iguana. However, if like you keep it really well, they can be extremely great pets, like a dog, just like a dog. And then like, are they hard to tame? Actually, iguanas, do you know like iguanas can bite someone with stitches, making them have to stitch, and then like they can break your bones with their tail when they're defending themselves. So like quality bonding time is key. So like we're going to teach you later how to bond an iguana well. And then next, diet. Do they eat a lot? Yes, they eat a lot, but like they eat mainly veggies, so like I think it's not the most expensive, but like it takes time to like set up for them every day. Especially juveniles, they eat like twice daily. And then like the money, they're pretty cheap, $50 or less, because like they're very good in reproducing. At last, health. Make sure to save up for vet checks. They're like some large reptiles, so like if they get sick, you have to treat them like dogs and cats, and like it takes up a lot of money, around $700, $300, 700. If it's like a checkup, I think $300 or below. But if it's like a small surgery or like that, it will take a lot of money, so make sure to save up, guys. So like before, like the overall difficulty, I'm going to say as a 7, 8 out of 10, because like I want to get a iguana, but like after doing this research on them, I think like it's a bit hard, because like my home is not too big for now, and like yeah, I don't have that much time for them to cut the food and stuff like that. But like that's why I got Pebble, the crested gecko over here. Is Pebble here? No, Pebble's not here. Okay, yep. So yeah, I think it's pretty hard, and I recommend you to like go check out Blue Tongue Skink or Crested Gecko video, which I'll be putting like a link. Like just click over here, and then like just check it out later. If instead of this Red Iguana video, as this might be like a bit more harder to keep, and like a bit more for intermediate ones. So yeah. What they're required, like their temperature and humidity. They need like 27 to 31.5 degrees Celsius at daytime. They don't require heat lamp or mat during nighttime, and they need like 70% of humidity level in the enclosure. So yeah, in order to maintain that temperature and humidity, you have to be aware of it all time. Put maybe like a thermometer inside. Spray the enclosure once or twice per day. Once I think will be okay. Use a 100 watt bulb and suitable UVB light for 12 hours every day. You can use like a sprayer like this, a cool basking spot like this, yeah, and then like some UVB like this. So yeah, again a shout out, like please think again before getting them, because like if you got them and you like abandon them in the wild, they will become the invasive species to your country, and like they are huge invasive species. Like they could get boring when they grow up. They're just extremely lazy pets, and like you got a huge responsibility on keeping a iguana and any pets. And also they require long-term commitment, as previously mentioned. So like they take a lot of space and time and effort again. And like I think if you're releasing them into the wild, they could get like invasive species to your country, so that's not good. And like the local biodiversity system will be collapsing if there's like 2 or more iguanas, which like other people like you bought some of them and they released it to the wild, so that's not good. So yeah, this is the like okay, at last, how do you get a red iguana? Like this guy over here? Nope. Will you get it? How do you get an iguana? Like reptile shops around you, they might have an iguana or two. So like if you really want it, after you decided you want to get one with the good space and time and things like that, you should go like a reptile shop near you, a professional breeder like this guy, and then like some Facebook groups and adoption center. And like if you're from Hong Kong like me, you can go to this shop called Fishman Shop. As I was like mentioning a few times, like this shop is pretty nice, and like they're like one of the most value shop in Hong Kong. And then like this is the Hong Kong reptile adoption center, so like check out their Facebook also. Yeah, so like they can provide adoption, like maybe get a iguana there if there's available ones. So yeah, these are like the best ways to get a red iguanas. Iguana. Okay, at last, the monthly expense owning a iguana every month. Their food costs like 10 to 20 bucks, like the veggies, some pellets, and then like some water and stuff like that. But like veggies, they eat up a lot. fat cost every month, I suggest you to save $20 into their bank. So like when you need a lot of money, you have some money to like give up, like that's like just saving it up for your iguana. And last, electricity. They take a lot of electricity, 100 watt, 100 watt, 100 watt at UVB. So like there's a lot of electricity, and like it will take around $20 too. And then like overall, keeping iguana costs around $40 to $60 per month. Like some extra toy setups or like some cool gadgets will like cost even more. So like, and like the sudden fat checks, they will take like suddenly $200, $300 or more. So like be aware of that. Like your iguana takes up pretty much money. They come cheap, but like they last expensive. So yeah, they cost. We recommend you to save like $200 for your iguana, as they might suddenly get sick and like they need a vet, which costs a lot. So yeah, like try to keep it healthy and it will be pretty fine. Okay guys, so yeah, now we're on to the enclosure part, setup part, and the first thing we're going to talk about is your enclosure needed. And like for the juvenile iguanas, I think like you need a 45, 30, 25 as like it's minimum. Like when it's like just really tiny like this. So like, but like you have to move it in a larger enclosure every year or so until you have it like until it's like fully grown or like have the largest like 5 foot, 6 foot space. And like for so that's for the juvenile. And for the older juvenile, it already gets larger, like somewhere like this. It needs at least a 90, 35, 30 cm. It needs like some good length and like lesser height and width, I think, good length. And then like a pre-adult, 120 cm. So like what I recommend you to do is just go for the pre-adult one and just give it all for the juvenile, and then like just let it have larger space. I think that's the most value, or else you have to, oh, about this. Wait, it just grows so large. Oh, more. So like, yeah, you know. And like adult, I recommend you to give it an open area or like a available room, like this guy over here, having an open area. And like this guy, it's like that's a good amount of space, but like that's a literally available room, right? And then like this, I think like this is like a pre-adult. Yeah, I think it's a pre-adult. Or like, because like the width is not the largest. So like yeah, that's the enclosure size you should be having when you're keeping a red iguana. And then next thing, the basking, I think. Yep, basking and UVB. You need a 60 to 100 watt basking spot. Like I recommend you to use this one, but like I think it does stress to animals. So like just consult the people at the reptile store or the one you're buying from, and then like they'll know it. But like yeah, I think 100 watt is good, but like I'm not sure if it's like harmful to the animals. And then like reptile UVB 26 watts, something like that will be good. They need a lot of UVB, but like the higher it is, the more expensive it is. I recommend you to go for like the medium one. Yeah, so like also the light lampshades, I recommend you to get like the 2-in-1 instead of the 1-1 setup. So yeah, they need like 12 hours of basking and UVB lighting daily. Like maybe when you're just normally a student like me, just turn them on when you go school, and then like turn them off when it's like when you're having dinner or something like that. So same to adults, like when you go to work, you turn it on. When you come back home eating dinner, just turn it off. Or like if you come back later, so like you can maybe have someone in your house to like close it for you. Okay, so the next thing, base substrate. This one is a bit of a tricky one. So according to like a lot of research I've done, this is the main part which I thought a long time, and then like I found out you shouldn't be using these kind of substrate, as like the iguanas might eat it and like cause serious damage to their health. But like that is not like a myth. This is a myth because like I never kept one. but like I'm just doing a lot of research. So like what they recommend you is like use some carpets, reptile carpets, astroturf, or like some newspaper for iguanas substrate, instead of using those corn bags, cocoa fiber, stuff like that. So yeah, but your choice. I think it's okay, or else like these people won't be putting the substrate there, right? And then like unless they're really they don't know, but like anyways, the reptile carpet in almost every website I found, and like the people I asked, like it's the best. Either don't put substrate or like put a reptile carpet. So that's my advice. But like if you want it to be a bit more better, you can maybe put a bioactive like substrate instead of holy corn bags. Add some like different mixture, and then like just do it like when they're in the wild. So like I think it's okay, bioactive or like these, but like don't put those corn bags and like sand. Don't put it, as iguanas will eat it. So yeah, at your own choice, choose the best substrate which you think is suitable. Yeah, avoid these loose substrate and like gravel. Don't put them in, as your iguana will eat it and get a stomachache or something like that. Tree branches, like I think you definitely have to have one tree branch for the iguana. Like it needs it longer than the iguana and like pesticide free. Just like make sure to have a solid branch over there to let it have its basking and basking spot, and like just let it chill over there. They're very lazy, so like it's like a definitely value thing you should add in your enclosure. They can like just stay it all day, and like in the water and food dish, I think like you should have a large water enclosure, like water dish, and then like that can provide clean water daily. They eat a lot of food, so a large food dish is needed. Cleaning daily or every 2 days is mandatory, or else like those scraps will be like very dirty, and like there will be like algae, like bacteria growing inside that. So like just normal animals, they need water dish and food dish, but like just a bit larger. That's all. Okay. Yep. So yep. Live plants over here. Actually, iguanas are like a very cool animal. They eat almost every plant and their leaves. So like live plants, I think it'll be cool. But like make sure you need the quantity and the quality, and like you need more plants. Make sure like the iguana is not like eating them all, and like they definitely eat some of them. I think they eat flowers, so like be aware of the iguana eating everything. So like maybe let it feel full, and then like put these plants in, or else like your plants will probably be eaten in no time. Cool things to consider, since like okay, yep, just a large piece of bark will be pretty cool for an iguana as a hide, but like they don't hide much. A small cave, maybe. Basking rock, I think basking rock is pretty cool, like them letting them absorbing the heat from the like the basking light, and then like some plant lights if you have plants. Fake vines or branches will be also cool, because like iguanas will eat everything, but like not plastic. So like yeah, you know, those fake vines can provide like plants, but like they're not plants, so the iguana will eat it. Okay, so this is the health and well-being of an iguana. Okay, so guys, now we're on to the health and well-being of an iguana section, and like this session will be mainly discussing about what you can do to improve their health, and then like reduce the chance of it seeing a vet. So yeah, we're starting off with like symptoms of a sick iguana. How do you tell it? Like it just lacks appetite, shows a lack of energy, consistently vomiting, like always weak, just being like sitting there. But like sometimes don't sometimes they're just like lazy, but like not sick. So be aware of that. But like you can tell pretty obviously. And like how you can help them: increase when you see them they're sick, increase heat, basking spot and enclosure. Like especially in winter they might get sick easily, and like they might be a bit warm, so like they will eat back, and yeah, they will just like go a bit more active with more heat. And then next, you can consult a reptile expert around you. like just your friends or like the pet people in the pet shop, but they'll probably tell you to buy something. And then like also maybe if you're really desperate, you can go in the comment section and ask me, but like I'm not a expert, but like I think I can help you. And then like at last, give it a reptile soak if like it's just really haven't been eating for like 10 days or something like that. You can buy it in like the zoo match stores, and like it's pretty good. Next thing, last resort. What is it? Yes, it's the fat, guys. Yep. So like I think the fat is so expensive, unvalue, no value. They just give you a few medicine, but like the thing is you must go there because like they're only the people who can help you. So like how we can like reduce the how we can reduce the chance of your iguana seeing the fat? Prevention. Yeah, preventing their sickness is key. So better diet, regular exercise, which I highlight, which is like you give them better food quality, they will get less parasites and stuff like that. They get regular exercise, they get more healthy. And then like a warm basking spot all times, like just give them a warmer basking spot, which always like give them better immunity. So like it's the key of the a healthy iguana. So yeah, this is just the health well-being part, and now we're going on to a diet of the red iguana part. And like the diet, actually they eat almost every leaf, and like unless it's toxic, they're easy to find. Just get some greens, cabbage, tomatoes, carrots. They eat those, and like iguana pellets. They cover daily needs, but like it's more expensive as like it's like just some cooler food, I think, but like it's mainly for babies. And like if you're really busy and no time to buy greens, which I think you don't, just go get some iguana food. But like it's more expensive. And like for fruits, I think bananas, apples, melons, and mangoes are pretty nice food and have the like the vitamins and like nutritions that a iguana needs. And like juvenile iguana. Wait, let me see if we have. Oh yeah, juvenile iguana versus the adult iguana. Like what are the difference? Any difference? Juvenile iguanas need some insects, like 10% of their diet, to give them a bit of protein to like get larger. But like it's okay if you don't give them to. But like they'll be a bit more happy, and like yeah, they'll just be a bit happier. Like more diversity. And like juvenile eats a lot more frequently, but like in smaller portions compared to adults, and they eat a lot, like twice a day. And then like while an adult iguana maybe 3 times a week, but like they eat a lot. Okay, so like feeding schedule, juvenile. How long should you be feeding them? I think you should be feeding them like twice a day. 2 times a day, every 7 days, like 14 times in a week. That's a lot, but like they have to eat that much, and they can eat too much once a day. So I think recommend you to like feed them once a day, put it in the food dish, and they'll eat it. And then like vegetables and iguana food mainly. They eat vegetables and iguana food mainly. Some grains and vitamins occasionally, and like insect, fruits, and plain bread as treats. Plain bread, I'm not sure, but I think you should try homemade instead of broad bread, as like it's just don't put much stuff in, just put flour. But like yeah, I'm not sure about this one, but yeah, I don't recommend you doing bread, but like if it says it's okay, I think it's okay. So like for the adults, it's like plant-based, totally vegetarian, mainly leafy greens, calcium powder with D3. Yes, with D3. And then like same as the juvenile, they need the calcium powder too. So like they need fruit once every 2 weeks, like, but I think you can give it a bit more, maybe once a week. 2 days every week they need some good vegetables, and the 3 days in every week they need some vitamin supply and also calcium powder. And then like at last they need every day, or like I think larger portions in every 2 days. It's okay, like some leafy greens, which you can just determine yourself, like some cabbage. I think it's good. Okay, so hand feeding. Wait. Okay, yep. Now we're on to the how to bond part with a red iguana. we're just going to talk about some training methods and like how, like what activities you can do, like the previous videos we did. So hand feeding. I think hand feeding again is one of the best ways to bond with your iguana, as like it works very good in starting stages. Be aware of your fingers, as they have sharp teeth. They remember and recognize you to be their owner after like some time of bonding. So yeah, that's a pretty nice way of like bonding with the iguana. Regular handling, again, one of the key. Let it go onto your hand more when it's young. It will recognize you and follow you when it's grown up. Like a iguana is basically like a dog. So like yeah, train it like a dog, treat it like a dog, and it will become a dog. And like follow it, let it follow you. Like although it's like a bit sharp, but like use gloves. So you can maybe get it on pet shops, or not pet shops, but like maybe some stores, like online stores, Alibaba, Taobao, or like Amazon or something like that. So like it allows your iguana to be a bit more used to your presence and like build trust. Like it builds trust definitely. And at last, nail trimming. When your iguana gets large, they have sharp claws which can definitely bleed your hand. So like you always have to nail trim them. So like in this diagram you can see like that's a they recommend you to cut over here, and then like this is its finger. Don't touch, don't get over here or like even here, and like this is the maximum recommended cutting spot. Just a bit, just a little bit, but like more quantity, less deeper quality. Okay, yep. Wrap a iguana with a towel, leaving one of its leg out. So like that's again needs trust, and then like you have to bond with it. Like maybe let it get used to you, and then like do the nail clipping. Use a nail clipper to slightly trim the outside part of the thicker part of nail, and do it once every 2 weeks to make sure it doesn't overgrow. Simple. But like you can find more videos later, which I think yeah, you can find a lot of videos on YouTube and like teaching how to trim a iguana's nails. So the next thing, iguana walking. If they're juveniles, like make sure to consistently handling them, because before like going outside or like some park, or like walking them outside. So like what do I mean by walking is like holding them and walk, just like I do with Fathead, Pepper, and like just taking them out to get some good EVV while bonding with them at the same time. So keep it on your shoulder or hold it with 2 hands, always 2 hands, unless like you're really trusting it to hold over here on your arm, but it will be definitely hurting a bit, even though it's young, but it will still hurt. But like if it gets large, I recommend you to do another method, which we'll be talking about in the next slide. And like focus on your iguana while bringing it out all times. It might just run and like your pet will disappear, but like go outside at your own personal circumstance. Like maybe this iguana is really calm, go outside, play, good. But like if this iguana is not that calm, but like try at house, like slowly bond. It will eventually, you guys will bond like in one day, but like it takes a bit lesser time or more time, it depends. So yeah, this is like the iguana walking part for juveniles. Okay, so for the adults, I recommend you to get like a leash for them to like get out, and like it's just really cool. It's literally a dog. 30 to 60 minutes of walk under some sunlight will be very nice. Rewarding treat, just give them some treats or in the walk or like after the walk to let them to be motivated. And like it would just be very cool if I can like get an iguana as a pet like that. But like again, like it takes a lot of time, and I think like only 10% in every 10 person who wants to buy a reptile is available, like it's suitable for keeping iguanas. So like make sure if you're the 10%, and like I think yeah, it'll bond very well, because like you're the only one holding it, so it will just bond with you. Next thing, okay, yep, thank you very much guys, thank you for sticking through the whole presentation. And again, like a bit of conclusion, iguanas are great pets, but like you have to have the good time space and stuff. Like it's not like a crested gecko, which you can just put it over here and just spray it once to twice a week, like a day, and then like just give it some easy food. But like iguana is large, they need like maybe my whole house, or like half of my house, yeah, half of my house of space to move. So like, and they're like large reptiles, they can injure someone. So like if you're like, if you have some kids in home, I think you should, like, unless you have a really calm iguana, so, or else you shouldn't be keeping one, because like it might hurt kids, it can break someone's bone, like even its tail can break your finger bones and stuff like that. But like, however, they make great pets, they look so nice and adorable. And then like yeah, so that's a iguana. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation I made. If you did, just go ahead and click the like and subscribe button if you didn't, and comment down below. Yeah, I want to know like if you want any other reptiles to be seen very soon. And like next, also a bit of shout out, after in 2 weeks we'll be making a vlog about going to the reptile expo, which will be very cool that time. Okay, yep, thank you for watching, have a great day, Magroomic chats.